The following feature is rated SM for spiritual maturity and is not intended for the immature who wishes to remain as such. The views expressed are not necessarily those of our sponsors, as they sometimes could care less about what the host is saying, but is more concerned about having their product on a popular show. Warning, small minds, listen at your own risk, as this content is extremely overwhelming and may do further damage to those minds closed off to objective reality. Approach with an open mind, as the heavy nature of the content will lick your chip.
Oh! In the meantime, 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 in between time, in the meantime, in the meantime, in between time, time.
One purple nation.
In the meantime.
In the meantime and between time, what is coming is coming.
This section of In the Meantime is brought to you by Renaissance Immigration, the cure for the Canadian strain of immigration anxiety. Call Renaissance now at 437-703-114728. The consultation is absolutely free. And on the American side of all immigration concerns, there's Lewis Law Professional Association. They've got your back on all matters related to visa, citizenship, removal of conditions, waivers, and much more. Call Lewis Law now on 954-530-1717.
In the meantime.
All right, Purple Nation, wagwan. Yeah, man. Episode 18. Yeah, man, the thing I run. I think we entitled The Terminator. As you can tell from the thumbnail, some serious things are going on. Many people I wonder, what are those serious things? And what if people kind of know what those serious issues we are facing right now really is. And you know, it's tough. Visit things where you see from your small and you hear people have a certain opinion, right? You know. And this is one of them issues the way. From your youth, you know, I grew up around only for 7-day Adventists. Or hear Adventists and make certain prophecy and I say certain things, and just like what them say, the same thing happen. The ushering in of the new world order. When I see it, the mark of the beast are coming and the secret and the man feet. You think I did one hit song? You think it never be laugh or nothing? Anyway, big up, you know, all of the members of the channel, and you don't know, big up people like Dwight Cooking Show. And big up Shana Foot, a very, very, very whole heap of berries. Yeah, but a very big fan of the channel. You see me, a very big fan of In the Meantime. And people like you don't know, Teffy the Barber, you know, Trav W, Rebel Queen, and everyone who really support the channel in practice and not just talking. Big up on yourself. You know, and for all of the patrons them, you know, the members them, them can, you know, look out for next week. I'll take a page out of Sir P book where, you know, make have a picture with the item name promptly displayed upon it, because the item is to be fully respected. The item deserves the honor, you know. I mean, I appreciate the item. Yeah, but some serious times we are living here now with a boil down. With a boil right down. And I know we are going to know one who's serious and who are burn a fire. Yeah, man. Now, we're not deal with certain things. Yeah, man. We burn that. Yeah, we are going to know now who's serious. Yeah, man, we are getting all of that right after this.
In the meantime.
In the meantime and between time, what is coming is coming.
This section of In the Meantime is brought to you by Renaissance Immigration, the cure for the Canadian strain of immigration anxiety. Call Renaissance now at 437-703-114728. The consultation is absolutely free. And on the American side of all immigration concerns, there's Lewis Law Professional Association. They've got your back on all matters related to visa, citizenship, removal of conditions, waivers, and much more. Call Lewis Law now on 954-530-1717.
In the meantime.
In the meantime, you've got a voice note.
Yo, Voice Box.
What you think about Nigel Clark announcement say politician pay raise over 100%, while the teacher and nurse and the rest of the public sector's workers them did have a ball and beg and a protest all along. The government turned this dictator overnight with this cashless thing where them are bringing in. You are the wickedest thing me ever see. Also, final question, what you think about Mark Golden comment say him oppose pay increase to parliamentarians? As usual, big up Zion and give thanks for the works, you know what I mean?
Well, all I can say is, suck your mother body boy and joelness. That I want to tell you too. Said some little youth on the corner in almost every ghetto. Right now, in a night, yeah. Tomorrow, and maybe the next day. Couple hours worth of loud talking and protest and leak out. And then it's right back to tick-tock. Till something happen again for them talk about. Sad but true. Alright, so I'm going to answer a question where you ask with another question. Even though them say nothing can go so. So here it is. How is it with just a hear about this over 200% pay hike for politicians? Or we just a hear about that? Pint where it done gone through already. Them things not just happen so. It's a bill we have to propose and go through a somewhat lengthy process in order for pass. Ya tell me say PNP, they get kicked out of the meeting and never get the memo. And at the media I blame too. Because them have people we almost station a parliament. We're supposed to report everything. We are going in a parliament to the nation. So how such a obviously controversial proposal never make the headline? How? And quick disclaimer, me could have wrong, you know. Me can't wrong. Maybe it make the headline and I just me never see it. If that are the case, send it come give me. But until then, me no see it. How the PNP never sound the alarm of objection out of consideration for how it a go look because them never satisfactorily address the serious disaffection of the teachers. Mark Golden words, not mine. Look on the screen, you see them. And you can pause the show and read it for yourself. And this now what I'm going to say is a thing I'm telling you long time. This is just another example of what I'm going to repeat. Politician go school, go study political science. We show them how to manipulate words and make you think a way you want to hear them really a say. Because him never say, him oppose the whole thing. Him say, him object. And if you read closely, the objection are really for how the government, which include them, the PNP, never satisfy the teacher. Yes, the teachers. And notice say it's a PNP object, not Mark Golden. Just in case it goes out, him can say, boy, the PNP is a large organization with people who often differ in opinion. So you have to go figure out which part of the PNP did say so. Them play with words to make you assume one thing and in a reality, them never say that. And you assume where you think you hear and create where them want you to think. Alright, see up next example right here. In a recent TVG news clip about the pay hike.
Jamaica is second to Haiti for having the lowest GDP in the region. When asked whether the People's National Party will roll back the increases if they form the next administration, General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell said this.
We are willing to facilitate the discussions with the unions to ensure that there's equity across the board.
You hear that? The man that said no, all know, you know. But the sentence phrased in such a way for you pick up on the words, we are willing, and just run, go say, yeah, them willing, and that my love with PMP. Then when them get your vote, you go say them fool you. But are you fool yourself? And a strategy them are used for years. And everybody has zoned in for Andrew alone, like an Andrew alone peer raise. And the whole of them cross the board. I'm not telling you all the while, said Jamaica is a shared dictatorship. You see it now? You see it? None of them no different. Them just a take turn a battery the same girl named Jamaica. How long me tell you that? How much time me tell you that? The PNP did half it. At least the majority of the PNP did half agree with the pay hike, yeah, because them couldn't left out of the conversation. So that's why them quiet. Cause for them pay raise too. are parliamentarians, not JLP alone. Everybody in a parliament pay raise. So is the next question now. How? We don't have money to pay the public servant them. We are ball how long. You understand? The common sense question. We don't have money to pay them. But we don't have money to pay yourself. So tell me something. The janitor or somebody will clean out the toilet them up a parliament. I hope you don't consider them as parliamentarian. How much you give them a week? Out of the one truckload of tax money we want to collect. How much you give them? How much you give the little old lady who broke her back for days, for weeks, for months, for years? To keep the toilet them and the surroundings clean. Should I get quarter wanna get? Wanna really do something like that? In our country we still have teacher we are true partner for pay our next partner. I have soldier out of camp we do them 200 push up and if a left go chop a line. And then the worst excuse we no could have find is that we need to make them salary adjustment there in order to attract and retain young future leaders. So no feel safe and raise the teacher them pay and make them motivated to create them high caliber leaders there. Them high caliber future leaders there. The problem solved. But instead when I have the teacher them on TikTok, I say tap up his screen and send roses for earn extra money. I don't know, attract high caliber leaders, young leaders to parliament. When I say parliament now have young people interested in stop it. Please, come on. Whole heap of young people dead there and the older one them stifle them. Which young youth up a you tech? No one be somebody we can thief anytime and nothing no come out of it. Thief all 3 times and rotten rich for the rest of their life. Come on, brother. How long me I telling about them old people here in the politics? You see nobody going to politics and left? Them not in it till they all and drop down and dead. Alright, so Dr. Nigel Clark I try to justify this pay increase for all angles with Dean Jackson Miller. Left on the views in the comments and tell me what you think about this. See it there.
We looked at the salaries that our parliamentarians are now going to be getting and compare them to what elsewhere in the Caribbean is paying. So the Prime Minister of Jamaica, for instance...
so we know that these salaries, we've done our homework, so I don't know that these salaries
you don't want me to share with the public.
Put parliamentarians and ministers in Jamaica higher than any other country in the Caribbean region.
To stop me from sharing.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so
I am saying to you, I'm familiar with it, and I'm sharing it as well.
Are not. So let me go ahead very quickly. Prime Minister for Jamaica is going to be over 25 million. Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister is 13 million. Bahamas 13. Minister of Finance for Jamaica 21.7 million. Trinidad and Tobago 9 million. I'm quoting everything in Jamaican dollars. Bahamas 10.2 million. In Jamaica, Cabinet Minister will be at 20.2 million. Trinidad and Tobago 9 million. Bahamas 10.2. And an MP in Jamaica will be at 12.5. Trinidad and Tobago 3.8. Bahamas 4.3. How on earth do we justify these levels of salaries in a country that we're certainly doing far worse than Bahamas? And when you look at what is happening elsewhere in the region, there's absolutely no justification for this, surely.
Okay. So, again, first of all, Barbados, Trinidad, and Bahamas have not entered into public sector restructuring. The way in which they have recovered from COVID has not put them in a position that they can add this amount to their wage bill to pay their public sectors. Jamaica is the only country in the region coming out of a pandemic that's been able to offer these levels of adjustments to its public service.
Right. Secondly, given what we're seeing in terms of our level of development and our per capita income compared to those other countries.
Right, because of what we are going through, the experience that we have, Dion.
With all due respect, Mr. Clark, as a man who I consider supremely overqualified in the field of finance, this a fucker. There's nothing we can justify this. Me never know so we'd have such a successful rebound from COVID. I think COVID was one of the reasons why we'd find it so difficult to pay a public sector worker. And now we have all of this money to pay yourself handsomely because we bounce back from COVID quicker than everybody else. The only thing we can say right now, none of this no make no sense. The only thing we can say is that this is a distraction. Them do this for distract from this whole upcoming CBDC, cashless society, digital economy, digital concentration camp thing where them are bringing in. No chat about that on the next side, but watch ya. Check out Andrew Wellness' reaction to the whole thing.
We sat in the cabinet and we agonized even whether or not we should even take any increase. Not something that we took lightly, because we know that there are persons who will try to make political fodder over it. As a country, what has plagued us is that we have treated the political class with schizophrenia and disdain. The truth is, you get the quality of governance that you elect. And every government is afraid to touch it, because if you touch it, people say you don't deserve it. Why we should pay you more and the country not running well? The country not running well. Because of that very reason, you have chosen to have an underpaid political class. How must they deliver?
Good question, sir. Excellent question. But you have to consider the question also in relation to others and not just yourself. How the nurse are going to deliver, how a doctor are going to deliver, how the teachers are going to deliver, how the police are going to deliver. The nurse, the doctor, the police and them people, them do a kind of job where it's obvious. Them have to put in work. Alright, if it's the gang, them not take over Jamaica house and take over the whole of Jamaica already. Then we know, say, to an extent at least, the police, them are work. If everybody we got the hospital, them not dead, then we know to some extent the nurse and doctor, them are work. If we still have qualified professionals in every area, then we know that to a great extent the teacher them a work. But most of Jamaica don't understand politics and know if it demand from you. So we take advantage of it and be a under-deliver. You not go gaslight with, sir. No, with all due respect. And I know say enough good politician, you have politicians who do good things on both sides, but not enough if you say you deserve that kind of increase here. A balance me deal with. When you forget it, you get it. Both good and bad. Me know I understand say a whole heap of things where you try to deal with. Whole heap of time people deal with it with ignorance and not understand certain things. But me no feel so this is one of them time. You have to know say a mash up clock right at least 2 times a day. And in a case of the mash up clock right. A whole heap of people extremely qualified in a certain area and not get where them forget. And what you want with the forget? Say most politicians useless. All them good for Africa Parliament go cuss one another like picnic and drop asleep at one another speech. All I know should have work off a performance-based income. Meaning say you get paid by what you actually put in, what you actually do. If you need to get paid based on a result, I can guarantee say most of you wouldn't get $5,000 a week, $5,000 a week, $5,000 a week.
In the meantime.
In the meantime and between time, what is coming is coming.
This section of In the Meantime is brought to you by Renaissance Immigration, the cure for the Canadian strain of immigration anxiety. Call Renaissance now at 437-703-114728. The consultation is absolutely free.
In the meantime.
Alright, Purple Nation, do remember to send in a voice notes with queries and concerns, whether it be about book, merchandise, or just share on the views on current affairs. And the WhatsApp number is 876-285-9615. That's 876-285-9615. And remember, it's a voice note only. They call them now go answer. And speaking about book, do remember so you can get Planet Earth, the physical copy of Planet Earth Volume 1, The Idea and the Process, right at JA Deals in a Park Plaza. If you don't know where that there, it's right across the road from the bus center in a plaza where MUDDA's there. You can't miss it. Planet Earth is also available in a selected locations of Kingston Bookshop. Check out the description for further information.
In the meantime.
In the meantime and between time, what is coming is coming.
In the coming weeks and days, I'll be making certain announcements regarding the acceleration of Jamaica's intention to become a fully digital society. We are well on our way to this. We have established the National Identification System. We have put in place our digital currency. We have given directions to our ministries to digitalize their operations. Most of our ministries are now moving from paper-based systems to digital systems. Our military is transitioning. The society is moving very quickly, very rapidly to become digital. Our banking consumers are seeing it as well, because the banks are moving very rapidly to digital. You have something now called artificial intelligence. Very soon this position of a human being exchanging cash and so on, that is going to disappear from the banking system very soon. And you are going to have to interface with machines. I don't want it to be a scary thought, but it is a thought that we all have to embrace.
Dark days ahead. If we as a people not get up and stand up against that tyranny. How the political class for say them underpaid when for years, decades, them take how much million from first world country for force certain things upon them people where them themselves as the political class not understand. Anyway, before me go in night, me I go into some the Observer did post that same clip there. Me I go into some feedback from the comment section. Alright, Junior 2 YUH say, we first need stable internet service. Flow and Digicel need to do better. And the next one from Sky Vocalist 537, who sadly, as usual, is the person who now watch the video but have a comment. Because she say, then Jamaica gonna finish mash up. What next? Digital currency, which is exactly what the Prime Minister does announce. Alright, so Alexia_NBA say, look at us here using AI powered autocorrect / spell check every day and fighting AI. And pretty much the most of the comment them reflect the last sentiments, but get with it. Modern time now. But as usual, what you really see with these people, I be sarcastic and I call critical thinkers fool in every language possible, is really fear. Yeah, man. Just like in a COVID, this is one more thing where divide people. And the two side, we are motivated by fear. One I say nothing no go so. I want people to get with it. Not because them believe it, but because them no want it to be true. And the other one, no want it to be true either, but prefer face the truth. I want to happen and do everything to avoid it. Because them fear what go happen if them not do it. Ask yourself, how no have people hear about that something from day one, from them born. And when it come, them are denied. The truth is, most of them used to accept it as reality when it never did happen today, which was many yesterdays ago. And that day there, a cash them did I use pay for the dinner where them did I discuss it over. It was just an idea. And now when them faced with the process, them a fight for belief say it not real. Remember me telling about the man where I watch a prison show up on Netflix and them start brag. Say, oh, me da serve time for my friend, man. Me da do all a 10 years, if a boy ramp with the And if him drive past a jail, him start in farm. Much less if him fi go there. Well, at the same type of people, this I say a foolishness. Because them unprepared. Almost no one no practice, not know where them preaching. I say them believing I know. Well, in that case, yeah, them no practice being the original man. The basic human, where it make for survival of a nature. And can do without them parents, aka the system will keep them away from nature. Even the majority of the modern so-called Rasta and so-called Adventists who used to burn a fire upon Babylon and talk, Lord, I go roll up short sleeve and take every chip from Lay's to St. Mary Banana. When that chip phase there, we're going to come after this digital economy introduced. Me promise you know that. I'm see various other videos where the Prime Minister say, boy, we, the government, has taken the initiative to implement or bring in this digital economy. But sir, are we at the government? You never talk to we about that. We no member sign off on that. As a matter of fact, you know exactly how the nation feel about them kind of thing there. When it from here try come with the needs thing. You can stay there talk about spell check and get with it. You don't think an accident or good intentions or love for the people make you see them a launch free Wi-Fi in every town square? You never know. Alright, you don't believe? Alright, watch this. Look on the screen.
It's quite befitting that as we continue the celebration of Education Week, we're gathered here today to launch our community Wi-Fi.
We want to say a good thing that they love it people, I lie? And the same concern them did show in a COVID. It was all about the health and well-being of our nation. pulling together and we shall get through this. If you just take one little jab, and the whole world, including them, come to find out, beyond the shadow of a doubt. So we the anti-vaxxers, well, we did right all along. But this poison with them force power way. You see the thing, you know, with destruction, always come through things where free and are cheap. From food to you name it. Poison. Most of we love sweets. Speaking of which, now where the American company with them Krispy Kreme come here. And they all bought a give a donut. And post a line, post a crowd. With an stretch out. You want to tell me, say, well, if people burn the vaccine, never did it. And I'll know them not stop and think. So like what America this, them not could have put the slow poison in the vaccine, in the donut, and done kill on half. You know, so when one we in a work, then we find the next one. You know, careful, yeah. And that me I tell you now. Careful of those who come bearing gifts. Speaking of which, alright, see our next clip here with Santa before Christmas with a big bag of goodies. Yeah, man.
We're here today because the government of Jamaica has taken a decision that it is going to support the provision of internet service to public areas. Why is this so? Why should the government spend scarce taxpayers' money on free internet? But most of us, and as I survey the audience and I look at the young people here, a lot of you are going to gather in this park, receive the signal, and you are going to download your homework. You are going to use Google to research. You are going to write lines of codes to develop applications. You are going to read books that you probably wouldn't get access to in your physical libraries. You are going to go onto Khan Academy and learn about some of the difficult mathematical equations and how to solve them. You're going to study concepts in geography that the teacher could only touch on in the classroom. These are the vehicles and the information highway that I want you to access.
Wanna see how them politicians are mixing the poison with little truth and benefit? And if you not look deep, you not see the truth where I tell itself without words. Wanna see? Money no they have to fix a road or even the hospital where 2 and 3 people have to depend on one bed. But you no can't find how much million for do free Wi-Fi. Cause you know what? Love the youths. I want them to access information. With all due respect, Mr. Holness, I talk like the internet new. Like it only good. And like, you know, see the evil way transform the country, you know. But guess what? The internet are one more thing. Where some politician how much years ago get paid for force upon them people in the name of so-called modernization. When it have a dark and hidden agenda. So free Wi-Fi, let me get this straight. I gotta suddenly make the youth them only grow and prosper when them have it all long. And we are say the opposite. At least for the good majority. So what them did I do with digital and flow data and regular internet for how much here now? You know, so people are fucking a middle road like dog. You know, so how much people are addicted to porn. Not to mention shares and likes. You know, so how much schoolers can't talk out a simple disagreement. And a chop up and stab up one another. Most of them now download no book, but instead a scam. And I watch video on YouTube where give them tactical training and prepare them to rob Brinks truck. You don't find internet anywhere that come from. Long time. Remember me telling you all the while. There is a dual nature or two sides to everything. A bright side and a dark side, a good side and a bad side. For example, like what I'm showing in episode 16, who is a dictator. Watch that and also me attack. What we are experiencing now with this announcement here. A dictatorship in a dark form. Of course, there's good to the internet. Yeah, man, a whole heap of benefit to having the internet round the clock. For example, if you're a watch girl person, you can watch your girl round the clock if there's a watch your girl app. But most people are going to think only of the benefit and kind of ignore the part where the same internet are going to cause the people that will offer you it for watch you like for them girl. I hear a white big woman in our IG clip describe this thing in the best way. She call it a digital concentration camp. And that the country go turn in if we not resist this. Or at least demand say it coexist with cash. Alright, watch our next clip here.
Our country evolves into a digital country, as our society moves to become a digital society. And what do I mean by this? What do I mean by becoming digitalized? It means that the provision of services that are usually in a form has to be paper-based, which means that you have to physically access the paper or document, which means that you have to physically take the document and carry it to somewhere in order for a service to be provided. That you have to physically turn up, which means that you have to engage transportation, you have to interact with the public, which means you have to be there at a particular time. It makes the service kind of analog. One thing can't happen without something else happening before, and you have to be there physically. But as we move now into the digital world, where documents in particular become portable without being physically transferred, we have a representation of the document in the cyber world, as they call it.
In my view, the appeal in that speech, to lazy people. It use the idea easy for draw them in. Like when you sell any other product. You notice I'm talking in a tone, a tone of voice where suggest so you feel about the things where I discredit and I consider as hackling and hard to do. And in reality, them things they feel longest while was not a problem. But based on how you deliver the speech, it now become a problem to the viewer subconsciously. Remember me teach you a long time about how the products in a commercial were used to be the biggest thing. How them put the circle with the line through it over the product and turn it in a black and white, and people make up them face and it just appear to be a nine, and that's why it become problem. And we're done with it. And like me always say, the upper class will govern the lower class, which is the majority of people of Jamaica. Have a serious disconnect with these people. And often just disregard them opinion. Even though I must admit, so whole heap of them opinion they deserve for disregard because them come out of ignorance, whole heap of them. But in a them instance they like now, where them concern more than valid and you override it, you don't deserve the condemnation. Because bulleting on the depend, I just make money and fuck the people. Because they are Florida and all about a £8. Go down in a history as a man who do the right thing for your country, bro. And a schizophrenia like how you put it. Most of the disdain or hatred the politicians from both sides get from the nation over the years, well deserved, well earned. It might sound cliche by now because everybody has said it, but if there is no cash, there is no option, and then the government completely in control of the people. I'm very open to believing otherwise, but for now, I don't see no other way. You understand? So we are going to be asked for trust a government, trust a people. We just do what them want to do, when them want to do it. And not care what we think, even when we concern more than valid and objectively true, and more than call for. Yet to do what we want to do, whether we like it or not. The word we use is accelerate. Yes, yeah, accelerate this whole digital economy, the CBDC. Accelerate means to move quickly. And that me know it mean. You know, feel say, you should have take your time for really think that thing true, deep, and go into some things I'm sure say I overlook. Like for example, a riot in Jamaica, when you accelerate this, hear why? Because you can't say where jerky I go do, where nutsy I go do, where the little man where decides say no one go rob and kill nobody, and he must sell 2 bag juice and go and build him little hustling, and the man sell little banana chips and some little thing at the stoplight. Where them I go do? I see a clip of float around with a youth where kind of look like Romish. Where him never have no name on the clip, but he makes some serious point. Him say, Andrew them, feel love America. And I make, well, when me assume say America, because him say up north. See? And no make them personal. I mean a paraphrase, of course. You see me? He must say no make them personal. Because the world will wake up to them foolishness. Them, me assume say America. And the world will team up against them. And uno still a fall for them agenda. Uno no think about that thing a deep. I really true. Suppose we as a hurricane-prone country, if you have a hurricane and then light gone, and you go one shop, the shopkeeper not a light, you not a light, how you buy? Little tissue, little sardine, little mackerel, little whatever. You want the shopkeeper turn up and look for one another. For real. So I broke it down further. If no light, no day, and it's a digital economy, how you buy and how you sell? In the event where the digital power grid gone down. Me know so now say boy, oh, you know, say you want more organization, and in which me agree. Well, digital economy can be a great means of organization, especially where tax is concerned. But majority of the country has suffer. So imagine the little man who sell bag juice. If he sell 3 bag juice, you want how much cent out of it? Not saying enough to get the taxes, because the taxes make a country run. But what I do with people tax money for decades? You can sound totally innocent when it comes to misappropriating these funds. So just imagine, people with those kind of approaches to governance at the head of a system where people have no choice. A problem! So if you accelerate too fast and digital before the people will live outside of the formal business structure can get time for adjust, you gonna have a problem. A riot. And when them hungry straight in everybody's kitchen, them a go. Plus you talk about AI and how we now figure interact with no actual human and pitch it like a good something. You know, see more people that out of work. If you think bank teller and call center worker are go still safely employed when AI 10 times more effective than them, you make a sad mistake. It's a dystopia this. I want to read a book named 1984 by a brother named George Orwell. And see if I hit this up. So in your mind, Mr. Holness, is a democratic society you still are going to have after that digital economy there. How that going to be a democratic society when people don't have no choice but to go with it? Go with what you say. What going to happen to a man like me? We vocal and speak up about everything. No one button and all access to my account lock off. No grasshopper names like John the Baptist that for me. One to people who go against the gay agenda them time there. No see we have to go see a boy pitney in a long frack of school and learn to suck out and can't say nothing. Me not against modernization, you know, and you're digital. But give the people an option. And by the way, now whether we spend how much billion per new 2000 and some other bill, what go happen to that? How the plan they change so sudden? Me don't know if America pressure you know. But try remember say them same one as early as last week or this morning, them State Department issue out warning against for them citizens traveling to Jamaica, you know. And I undermine the tourism development, you know. Try remember say them same one. Jamaica people, at home and abroad, give me a reason for believe so there is a slight semblance, a sense, an objective thinking left for now. We have to rise against this. Bring in digital for who want digital, but leave who no want it with the option for use cash. Alright, me kinda out of time, you know. I'm definitely do a part 2 panda thing here. Cause I know me not getting at the real crux of this AI thing. So this definitely a favor part 2. But before me go, Mr. Prime Minister, with all due respect as a native of this country, me say the previous things I just say, and the following thing I'm going to say, with no intention for disrespect you in any way, shape or form. But if you believe in anything, we line up with the agenda where you push about this digital economy. Is either you're deceitful or you're naive. Either way, excessive indulgence in and none of them state of being there. No good, no good, no good, no good, no good, no good.
Oh! In the meantime, 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 in between time, time, in the meantime, in the meantime, in between time. Hey!